Hello farmers, welcome back to East Vineland. We are now in the month of November. It is raining this morning. I got a few contracts done between episodes, only the fertilizing contracts, and that is not how I want to unload my bales, or load my bales. So let me go ahead and fix this right away. And then, let's see, we'll go ahead and do this again, and then reset, turn on, there we go, should be all set. So yeah, I just did 3 fertilizing contracts. Field 113 paid us handsomely at $13,000, and I think with the other 2 fertilizing contracts we got around $22,000 worth of contracts. And of course our lovely solar panel field brought in some money. We're up to $83,000, and we're going to be adding some stuff to the farm today, making it look more like a farm. So I'm excited about that. We'll see here in a minute. This rain should be ending somewhere around 9 a.m., which is good because we do got some soybeans to harvest. I need to get to that. I did go ahead and mow our fields, and as you can see, that's why we're picking up the bales. I did not do the other grass contract. The other grass contract came up, and it is for hay. I think the contract's for like $12,000, $13,000. I just didn't feel like doing it, and I think I might be just reducing myself to doing fertilizing contracts only at this point, because now I think the money's going to be coming in that much quicker. So yeah, I may slow down on the contracts for quite a while, at least for this year. Just do fertilizing contracts. As a matter of fact, I probably should check to see what we got for contracts today. Fertilizing only. I was looking at the supply and demand, or supply and transport contracts. I was kind of looking for silage contracts, see what came up. I was interested in the soybean contract, but the problem is the price of soybeans right now is so terrible. They want 35,000 liters, which I'm not going to get off my field, and they're only going to pay 26,000. But right now the soybeans are like half the best price that they could be. It can get up to like 11.50 right now. The best price is 6.26. There are a lot of plowing contracts. Usually I would do those, but I'm going to restrain myself from doing those. And yeah, a lot of harvesting contracts, as we can see. Fertilizing contract, I will take that one, thank you. And yet the baling contract is right there for $13,000. We'll just say it's like $11,000 if I were to borrow the items, but they wanted to make the hay. If it was silage, I probably would do it, but they want it as hay. So not that interested right now in doing so. So today, yeah, we just got to pick up these bales. We've got to wait for the rain to stop. And then we're going to give some time for our field to dry out a little bit, even though we really don't have to. And then we're going to put down a barn. That's right, we're putting it on a barn. I got to be able to find some places to park some of my stuff. And it's a nice barn. I can't wait to show it to you. You may have already seen it. I'm pretty sure it's been on the mod hub for a while. But we get to use it here today. And yeah, it's not just a barn, it's among other things. I think I'm all set here. I don't see any bales. I think I got them all. Yeah, I think I got them all. Definitely got to bale the straw at some point today. That'd be good. Well, I mean today, I mean the in-game day. So I've got to bale those on up. Let's cross the road here. And we'll put these marshmallows right alongside all the other marshmallows. But I will separate these. All the bales that we got over there, those have all fermented. They're all technically silage now. But these bales right here, they won't be technically silage until January, sometime around the noon hour. They take 3 months to ferment, and I got it done just around noon in the month of October. So November, December, January. 3 months, midday January. So, yep, did I get them all on here? I did. Got them all. The chickens are doing just fine. If you are going to do this chicken coop right here, the East Vineland chicken coop, sunflowers, you don't really need them. There's still 100% productivity on the chickens without any sunflowers. So just regular grain, some type of cereal grain, and of course cracked corn. I did go on my other East Vineland map just to see, and the grain mill is 96,000. So next year we'll probably buy that. We'll see how it kind of goes. See, transport position, and then slide these on over. Put these down, drop those. I should have sped up time a little bit. I did not do that. Let's put it at times 30 so we can get to 9 o'clock. Like I said, 9 o'clock should be the good hour where the rain stops and the sun comes out. So that's all the silage that we're going to have to sell come January. So hopefully the price is really good. which I'm sure it will be. And then we'll bring in at least $250,000. I forgot what it was last year. I want to say it was closer to 300,000. But yeah, I can't really remember at this point in time. Let's go ahead and park this right here. That's good enough. And actually, let's speed up time really fast here. 9 o'clock. There we go. It's saying the sun's coming out. Right at 9 o'clock, sun comes out. Perfect. So we'll give our crops a little bit of time to dry off. And then we'll get to harvesting. But let's drive our class area on down here. Let's park it up right here. So yeah, I went on the mod hub looking at sheds, and like I said, I kind of want to go with the red and white paint scheme, and it didn't take me long to find this one, and I was pretty pleased with what I saw on the test map when I put it down. We're going to go to farmhouses. Yeah, we already got a farmhouse, but we need it. We're going to upgrade ourselves, and it kind of changes my plan on here. But when I saw this, I'm like, this is what we need to do. This mod's by Omatana, which is, like I said, on the Giants mod hub. This is a barn to store your tractors in, but it's also a farmhouse in the upstairs area. And this is actually where we want to put it. I think on the original map, this is where a shed is. But today, it's going to be where a shed and a farmhouse is going to be. $45,000 only for it. Let's put it on down there. But while I'm in here, if you do download this mod, like I said, this is by Omatana, and you can find it under the sheds category. So you got the farmhouse here, which I'll show you in just a second. But also, if you go to silos, there's different options for this shed here. Where are we here? Is it not under silos? It should be under silos. Oh, I went past it. Sorry. So you got this one right here. So it'll be a shed with the metal silo, and that will hold 10 million liters. Or you can have the shed with a concrete silo, which is also 10 million liters. Or you could have a shed that also holds 10 million, or only holds 10 million liters of grass, hay, straw, silage, TMR, chaff, and there might be another one there, but that's all I can remember right now. So you have that, and then you can also just get just a plain old shed. Wait, can we just get the plain old shed? Yeah, $30,000 just for a plain old shed. But what I'm going to show you here. Yes, we got place for all of our equipment. It says it only holds small harvesters. What we got? You got yourself a good amount of doors to bring stuff into. They do all open. So this should, I think our harvester will fit in here. I hope so. Be very nice. You also got like that big door there. Like I said, you got a big door here. Yeah, our harvester should fit in here. I don't know if our header will fit in there. Yeah, that's kind of a small header that we do have. But that will fit in here. There are lights in here. I have not found any light switches yet. So I'm thinking those lights will come on automatically. Probably should have left all these doors open, but... No, I wasn't raised in a barn. Yeah, so let's close all the doors. But let's go upstairs. And right here is a nice little area to do, I don't know, sit here and look at the sunrise. Not too sure. But mainly over here, if we open up this door, we got ourselves a new place to stay. Oh, how lovely it is. Yes, this is a sleep trigger right here, so we can go night-night here. And over here, if I had the indicators on, this is where you can change your, customize your character. Change your clothing if you like. So there's a changing area here, a sleep area here. I like this. When you open up this, you got like a window kind of thing here. And, well, it's kind of like a little too high. I'm actually a tall guy here. But, yeah, the window's kind of like in my view. But we get a nice view of our fields right there. It's a nice day now. I'll leave that door open. Why not? We come in here. And, of course, we got our little restroom area. A small little sink. Although, I would not like this sink because, like I said, I'm actually like 6'3". I think if I have to use a sink, I kind of have to like lean back like I'm in an airplane or something. And, of course, we got ourselves a little bubbly tub. Well, actually, it's not a bubbly tub. It's just a regular tub. Bubbly tubs are jacuzzis. Anywho, I'll leave that door open, but I will close my room door. So we got a new place to stay, which means I can go ahead and sell. I'm stuck on the stairs. I can go ahead and sell our little shack that we were staying in, the hobo hut. Or do I want to leave it there? You know what? I'm going to leave it there for now. It doesn't cost that much. We'll leave it there, and that's where like Frank and Mrs. Frank can stay if they want to overnight. But we're not done building just yet. We're going to come over here, and there's a nice little flat area up here, and I think this would be a good place to put this stuff. The first thing I want to put down, we're going to go into customization, construction, and let's see. I want to go to containers, and then I want to find the fuel holder. So this will hold 5,000 liters of diesel. So yeah, I got my fuel refinery up there, but what I really want to do is I want to put it only costs like $5,000 as we can see. I want to put a fuel, I wonder where the trigger is on this. I use these on no man's land. I don't know where the trigger is, but I want to put the diesel in here because I want to fuel up over here, and that way, if I know that this is always full, I can just take all the fuel out of the fuel refinery and go ahead and sell it, and not try to keep 5,000 into it. I'm hoping this is facing the correct way-ish, but we'll put it right there for one. But while we're also here, I want to go ahead and put down, is it under tools? And this is part of the East Vineland map. If I can find it, it's under containers. Yeah, so you can see it's the East Vineland, New Jersey, USA mod. So this here, I can buy lime seed fertilizer and mineral feed. I just want it for lime seed and fertilizer instead of having to go down to the store. And I think I'm going to go ahead and I want to see how I want to put this here. Because when I come through with the cedar or whatever, I got to make sure I get enough room. You know, it's only $500. If I don't like the placement of it, I can always move it somewhere else later on. So, boom, there we go. So now I got to get some diesel fuel over here. And then, of course, I can buy lime, seed, and fertilizer here. And mineral feed if I like. And I do want, the reason why I wanted that today is because after we harvest the soybean field and get the straw off, I need to go around and lime all my fields. And going down to the store, store's not that far. But if you make enough trips back and forth, it can take a few minutes. So having one right here in the farm is a good thing. The only thing I don't know is actually how much this will charge me for it. I hope it's not one of those free ones. If it's one of those free ones, then we'll probably discard it and do something else. Well, look at that. We got ourselves a first lovely shed. We'll be getting like a drive-through shed in the future. So like when I get a bigger combine, and definitely the header that usually has an articulated trailer for the header. I'm not backing that in anywhere. Although technically I could drive it through on this one. Yeah, so technically I could drive through on this one, but if I'm going to have other equipment in here, it may be in the way. But yeah, we're a ways away in that. I still have $32,000 in my bank account. So let's go look at the store, and I already know what's in here. Look what they did to me here. So they gave me the TDK 301 RP Rudolph trailer twice. Now, yes, one's for 41% off, the other one's 60% off, but look how many trailers, tractors, equipment, and what have you in the game, and you give me two of the exact same thing. That's kind of cruel, but that's fine. The only thing I'm really there's a couple things I'm really looking for, but the next thing we definitely need to save up for is a bigger tractor. Like I said, I would like to get the butterfly mower, so when I mow the grass, it makes it a little bit easier. But this tractor cannot handle the butterfly mower, so I need a bigger tractor. I guess the sprayer wouldn't be bad, but I don't need the sprayer right now. So those type of things, like the butterfly mower, I don't need that now until next year. The weed sprayer, I'm not going to need that until next year. So I'm not going to buy it unless it comes up for sale. Then I'll look at it. So, yeah, we got ourselves a lovely shed and all that good stuff. I'm not going to pack nothing into it yet. I'll leave it right there, because we are going to use the harvester here in just a second. I don't know if I mentioned, but the sheep are doing just fine. We've still got 20 sheep. The chickens are doing just fine. So our animals are doing all good. Now, I know originally I said, before I forget, like where the hobo hut is, that's what we're going to call it. Originally I was going to put the house over there. But now that we got the house with the shed, that leaves that area over there open to do stuff with. I may just leave it as is and do the ground texture over, and that way we can stockpile our silage there, silage bales or what have you. I'm not really sure. If you have ideas, leave a comment below and we'll see if it works out for us. But right now, nothing really looking into doing anything with that just yet. But with what I've done already this episode, I feel good. I mean, we got our shed down. I can get lime, fertilizer, and seed here now. Don't have to go all the way down to the store to buy it. It is looking good. Now let's get our trailer over here. It's been a few minutes. Crops are dry. They're good. Let's get to harvesting our soybeans. And then we'll have some straw to pick up. Yeah, so for contracts, the only thing I'll probably do for contracts now, unless I really want the money or silage, fertilizing for sure. And then grass contracts, if it's for silage, I probably will, because it's kind of easy to do the silage contracts. The hay contracts take a little bit more, and actually they pay less, which seems a little bit weird, but it is what it is. Now let's jump into our combine here. Fired on up. Yeah, I'm thinking this will fit down there in that shed okay, he says with confidence. So I think we got about, what, 14,000 and change of soybeans off this field here. I wanted 25,000 off both fields. So that means I need to get about 11,000 off this one. I think we should be okay. What is the yield looking like on this field here? 122% out of 125%. Oh, I did spread this field with lime, so this field actually is pretty good. Our environmental score should go up quite a bit because we haven't harvested this field yet. So if we go in our environmental score, the score in this field is 53. The second I put the combine here and run the header across it, we should get a good score on the nitrogen and a good score on the pH value. And I think even on the, what's it called? Oh, the pH value is already good. Yeah, weed control. Weed control is going to suck. Even though there's no weeds on the field, we didn't do the see and spot weed spray, so it's going to be right at 50%. I should get, yeah, silage. I should get the straw swath off it. All right, so immediately going to the field. Look at that, bump right up to 84, just like the other field here. So our overall score now is at 77, and that means we get an 8% bonus when selling some things. The one number that's starting to bug me a little bit is this one right here. Apparently there is a field, I showed it to you before, no matter what I do, this little green spot right here, I'm going to zoom in as far as I can go, but right where my little arrow is, near the top center of the screen right there, it says there's a soybean patch there. I've tried in the landscaping mode to paint it, level it, change it, and it's always there. So I guess I could run like the lime spreader over it and maybe put some fertilizer on it. That'll bump up the score, but I don't have a way to harvest it to change the score, which seems kind of weird that you got to harvest the field in order for the score to change on it. A little weird, but it is what it is. So yeah, this little platform up here, this is going to be our platform where we can buy and maybe sell some things here and there. But that's a start. Yes, we got ourselves a big shed, or a decent sized shed now. And then, yeah, we'll have like an open shed for like bigger equipment for the future. But I'm kind of glad, the second that I was looking at sheds, didn't have to scroll down too far, and there was Omatana's, I think it's called, I don't remember what it's called, is it the Big Red Barn Pack? Whatever it's called. Yeah. If I can remember, I'll try to put a link in the description for you, so it's easier for you guys to find. But, I mean, if I forget, like I say, it's got to go on the mod hub, go down to sheds. You don't have to scroll too far. I think it was on the first page for me, actually, so it's right there. Shed was awfully cheap, as you saw, $45,000. Even the silos, like you can get that barn, and you can get a 10 million liter silo for like $45,000. Really, really cheap. Or if you want, you can just put down the barn. If you just want the silo separate, I think the silo separate is like $10,000. But it's kind of weird. When you buy the silo separate, it only holds 5 million liters, not 10. Although 5 million liters is quite a lot. Unless you're playing on a multiplayer or big map server, holding 5 million liters is quite a bit. As for a silo, we will have one on this farm at some point. But most of the grain that we're doing is either going to be processed in our fuel refinery, or eventually, to feed the chickens, or it'll be brought down to the grain mill once we buy that. That's 96 grand. But now where we're at is just saving up money. Like the next thing on the list to buy once we have it is, unless one comes up for sale, it's going to be the New Holland T8. At least I say that. But because I'm starting to think now with the Platinum Edition of Farming Simulator coming out next week on the 15th, I will be doing a series on Silver Run. In case you don't watch the No Man Land series, I wrapped that up. Let's see, trying to figure when the episodes are going out. It wrapped up yesterday if you're watching this live. I wrapped up the No Man Land series because running this series and the Silver Run series, I don't want to be running 3 series at once. Originally I thought I was just going to do a quick look at the Silver Run map and look at the new production buildings. But then when I realized that the roller coaster that's on the map, technically we're building it, kind of a thing. And that caught my interest, and it's like, well, yeah, I'm going to want to do a series on that. Building a roller coaster and also building a shipyard, I think it is, or a ship dock, something like that. I'm like, yep, so we'll be doing a series on that. So I wrapped up the No Man Land series. So on the Silver Run, I'm not going to run precision farming. I know some of you don't like precision farming at all, and that's fine. But I don't see no reason to run precision farming when it's mostly going to be logging on that map. Like I said, I haven't really looked at the map that much, so I don't know if there's actually going to be farming fields on it from the get-go. But if they're not, when I do the logging, I'm probably going to create some farming fields just to get us so we can do some farming on there. Because I'm pretty sure the production is going to be slow, or what I'm used to. Because I'm so used to the no handcuffs mod production buildings. But the production is going to be kind of on the slow side-ish. So while we're waiting for the materials to be made and processed and moved along, we might want to get some farming done. So I was thinking maybe use a New Holland T8 there. We'll see how it goes. But that's why I'm saying I might buy the New Holland T8 here next, or it's going to be on Silver Run right from the start. But being it's the end of the season here, we're in November, maybe the farmers will get rid of some of their equipment. We'll start finding some stuff for sale in the store page, a little bit more that we need. But I probably would need somewhere around 150,000, 200,000 to probably buy a tractor that's got like 350 horsepower. That's what I'm kind of looking for. Because I think we covered everything that I thought we would need to cover by the end of the year. Well, originally, when this season started, I was hoping to be able to buy the solar panels when winter came to sell the silage, but since I did a handful of contracts, he laughs, a lot of contracts, yeah, we already got the solar panel field, we already bought the lot of land behind us to put the sheds on, and now we got ourselves a shed. So, yep, we're moving along. And also, we'll be looking at possibly buying, I got to find out what the next farmland I want to buy is. If I happen to buy the grain mill next year, I say if I might happen to, that's probably a likelihood that we will. I'm probably going to try to find a field that has corn in it, because I want to be able to make cracked corn for the chickens. But I can probably go another year or so buying cracked corn for chickens, because they're not going through it that fast yet. But once we have a full chicken coop, they may go through it rather quickly. Now, oddly enough, when I was on my other East Vineland map, where I kind of, if I want to check things out on the map itself, that shed right there, like the little brother of that shed, is actually over where those like trees are. So just to the right of those trees on the asphalt is a shed just like that. I was like, wait a minute, is that the same shed? I was like, no, it's not. It looks exactly the same on the outside, I think, but the inside, of course, is done over. And of course, we got ourselves a farmhouse in ours, so. I should be a little bit more cozier in that farmhouse than I was in the hobo hut. But the hobo hut paid off rather well for the first 2.5 seasons. I'm not going to complain on that at all. So just shy of 5,000 liters on that run. So like I said, 11,000 liters is what I was hoping for off this field. We're already at 5-ish. So we should be able to get the rest off of it, no problem. And all this will be going into our fuel refinery, of course, to make diesel, pig food, and what's the other one? Compost. Now, also leave it up to you guys in the comments below. Other than sheep, do you want other animals on this map? Because on No Man's Land, we've most of the time I do cows. I say most of the time. I think every time I end up having cows on the map. But do you want to see the pigs? We got chickens, of course. We got sheep. Do you want to see pigs or horses? If I have horses on the map, I'm just going to have them here for looks. Or I could always get the horse helper mod, which I do believe is available in Farming Simulator 22. And what that mod does is I think it trains the horses for us. I don't know if he cleans them and does all that stuff, but assuming it does. But if we have horses on here, I'm not going to train them and sell them and do all that, but we'll have them just for looks. If you want pigs, it'd be a good idea to let me know sooner rather than later, because I can keep the pig food in the fuel refinery and just feed the pigs that pig food there, rather than selling it. In the beginning, when I got the fuel refinery, I thought that was going to be a great amount of income, but now with the solar panels giving us $3,000 per daylight hour, that's a good amount of income for sure. And of course, when this January comes, we got, like I said, easily over $250,000 to about $300,000 worth of silage bales over there. Might even be more than that, because like I said, I forgot what we got last year, and I think this year we actually have more bales than we had last year. And now that I'm not going to be doing contracts hardly at all, it'll just be fertilizing contracts, because I can make out like a bandit on those. So we're going to keep on doing those. So when it comes to starting next farming season, we should have ourselves a nice, as they call it, large tractor of some sort. Then we'll start looking into, like I said, buying some more land to expand our farming industry a little bit more. And then slowly but surely upgrade the equipment that we have. Right now, the drill that we have, that's more than suitable for what we have. This harvester does well enough for the fields that we have. It's just a matter of, if things come up for sale, then if it's the items I'm looking for, then we'll have to find a way to get the money if we don't have it at that point. Like I said, I do have a combine I want to use on this map. I have not used that combine yet. And the other things I mentioned, like, are the Kubota butterfly mower, the Kubota weed sprayer, because we're not plowing the fields every season. We're just going to go ahead and take our direct drill and plant, so that means we're going to get weeds. So we're going to spray for weeds, because I really haven't done any weed spraying at all in 22. But so far so good on this harvest of this field. But I'm excited to go ahead and start using the shed, make the yard look a bit cleaner, and also easier to get to some of my equipment and tools. The upper shed, I may just park my grass working implements in there, so like the mowers and the baler. Probably go up there, and maybe just park the 710 up there. I'll probably have to get a shed for bales alone, because we got the sheep pasture that we already have, and those sheep are making milk. But I would like to get another sheep pasture to where those sheep are producing wool. May as well. If you're gonna have to have feed around for sheep, might as well have another shed. Why not? All right, I'm gonna zoom around this field. I say zoom at a whopping 6 miles an hour. Let me get this harvest done. We'll see when we end up for a total on the yield, and then we'll give the combine a good wash, and we'll go ahead and park it in the shed. It should fit in there, I think, relatively okay. Well, like always, when you're working in a field and time seems to be going by a little bit slow, your mind starts thinking about some things. I had a quick look at our fuel refinery, and I was looking more at the ratios of what's going on in our fuel refinery for soybeans. And honestly, if we're going to keep doing soybeans in the fuel refinery, I think I'm just about breaking even on the prices. So, I mean, I can show you the ratios here just a little bit. But the fuel refinery is 1,000 liters of soybeans will create a certain amount of product. And looking at the prices, yeah, I'm basically almost breaking even if I sell everything. And we're not going to be selling everything. So the product that would probably do really good in a fuel refinery is cut sugar beet. So, yeah, I may have to invest in sugar beet harvesting in the future. Another thing I had to look at is wondering how much I was going to get off this field, and we should get more soybean off this field than the other one. Not because we spread lime in this field, but I went into precision farming. This is what precision farming can help you out with. So this field right here, if I were to click on it, we can see field number 6 is 1.6 hectares. So we can kind of see roughly what we get. The field that we created over here is 1.75 hectares, so it is a little bit bigger. So we got 14 and change of soybeans off that field. I'm thinking like 15 and change off this one, possibly. But getting back to the fuel refinery, yeah, I'm still going to stick the soybeans in there because 1, the soybean price is terrible right now. 2, I have no place to store it. And 3, because we're going to. So anyways, what do we get? Actually, we got 18,361 liters of soybeans. So let's bring this up and be processed. And while we get to the fuel refinery, I will show you the ratios and kind of what I'm talking about on the fuel refinery. I guess I didn't really look at it that hard when I put it on down. It is like an interesting concept for the map and what I was doing here. Like I said, we're still, if you look at the pricing and sell everything at the best price when it's possible, we're not losing money on it. We're basically breaking even on soybeans. Other product, we might be able to make some money. And we are making money with the solar panels. We're making $200 an hour on the solar panel. Not the solar panels, the wind turbines. So the fuel refinery is still making some cash. While it's dumping on in there, let me show you what I was looking at and what I'm talking about. So just to give you some round numbers, 1,000 liters of soybeans at the best price goes for $1,100. Diesel at the best price can go for like $12.50. But you can see we're not getting a 1-for-1 ratio on soybeans to diesel. For 1,000 liters of soybeans, you're only getting 125 liters of diesel. So 10% of the money we're getting back is going in diesel. Now compost, you can see it's half the ratio. Compost sells for almost the same price as soybeans. So we got about 65% of our money back between compost and diesel. The problem is pig food. Pig food does not, even though I can sell it, does not show up on the economy page, which kind of sucks. So the only way I know exactly what I'm getting for pig food is bring it on down and sell it. And I don't know if the pig food price is changing, but if you guys say you want to see some pigs on this series, then we're not going to be selling the pig food. I'll have to keep it, and I can feed the pigs that way, which will benefit us by making said pig food, and it's worth it. But if we go back into here, so cut sugar beet, 1,000 liters gives us only 90 liters of diesel. Yeah, it's 30 liters less of diesel, but that's not that bad. It's only 150 liters less on compost. And wait a minute, is that more pig food? We actually get more pig food out of it. No, wait, sorry. That's sugar cane. Yes, cut sugar beet, we get 150 liters. Out of soybean, we only get 100. So actually, we get more pig food. And with sugar beet, as we all know, you yield rather well with sugar beet. Soybean, you don't yield that well. So cut sugar beet is something that the fuel refinery would definitely make us money on. Soybeans, we're about breaking even, I think. Oh, the only thing I didn't do, I need to go ahead and turn on... we need to activate the soybeans. There we go. Soybeans, 18,000 liters. That's going to process it rather quickly, as we know. Alright, so let's grab our combine. We'll give it a good rinse off, and then we're going to go ahead and park it in our shed. And we're going to call it an episode. Next episode, though, definitely we're going to go ahead and bale up the straw, and then go around and lime all of our fields. Now we got ourselves a place to buy lime right up here instead of having to go way down to the store. All of our fields are right here. We do have one field down the road a little ways. It's a small field, but we'll get the lime spread on it. And the fields will be good to go. And then I think we're pretty much done with our fields for the season. I'll just be doing like fertilizing contracts. Not all of them. Just the well-paying ones. And the ones I feel like doing at the time. And then we'll go right on through the winter. We should be getting like $30,000 a day, maybe a little bit more. So $3,000 an hour. If we got 10 hours of daylight every day, that's $30,000. So, let's see, December, January, February. By the time we get to March, that's $90,000 from our solar panel field. And then, of course, we'll be selling over silage. So we're going to have like pretty close to $400,000 in cash when we get to March. If we don't spend any cash up till then. So the header's clean, combine is clean. Let's spin this puppy around. Let's go ahead and fold up the combine. And give it a new home. Like I said, that shit up there, that we'll put the mowers in there, the baler in there, and maybe leave some other equipment in there, like the smaller stuff. This would be for like bigger implements and whatnot. Ooh, now I'm sitting here, this combine is starting to look, height-wise, I'm not worried about. Width-wise, with the header on, I'm hoping it can squeeze in there. The header is not going to fit in there. Well, when they say small combines, yeah, the header is not going to fit in there. Well, I could park the header in the shed up there. These doors aren't any wider, are they? But I don't think a combine's going to fit in here. Door doesn't look any wider, but I'm just kind of curious. Well, when they said small combines would fit in there, I mean, I would consider this a small combine. And this is not going to even, let's not even bother. Well, I mean, yes, this combine will fit in there, just not with a header on. But the header, as you can see, is not that much wider than the combine. But I'll have plenty of room in this shed to go ahead and put the header in there, because I can park the trailer down that shed. I can park the seed drill down there. The stone picker can go in there. We'll lower that down. Because we won't need that until late next summer. So that can get buried back there. And I'll probably put the mower in front of that and then the baler in front of the mower. I use the baler the most. And every time I need the mower, I'm going to need the baler anyways. So I'll have more buildings down here. Definitely going to need a service building. I did download one. I kind of like it, but then I'm starting to wonder now about certain equipment getting in the building to get repaired. All depends on where the trigger is for it. So I didn't test that, but it looks good. All else fails, alien gym shed. I know all my equipment that I usually use can go on in there. So there we go. We got our combine put away. Snug as a bug in a rug. All good to go. And like I said, I got a nice place to come up in. I think I got a nice place to come up and relax. There we go. Open the door. Looks very good and spacious over here. And if I want a good cross breeze, we'll just open up this. See what's going on out here in the yard. But yeah, we got ourselves a lovely little shed. A diesel tank to store diesel in. Lime, seed, fertilizer, buying sell point up here. So we don't have to go on down to the store. And we still got $36,000 in a bank account. Yeah, but next episode we'll wrap up November. Any more fertilizing contracts came up, I'll get those done between episodes. Fertilizing contracts do not take me long at all. Field 118 and 64, sure, we'll take that one. So, I mean, not much money here. This is the money, so the money on the left is what I'm getting paid for the contract, and on the right is telling me after I use fertilizer, I'll probably actually profit $3,000 and $2,000 overall. So, yep, it is what it is. I think I actually profit better than that, but who knows? And as for harvesting contracts, I'm pretty much done. Plowing contracts, I think we're done. Weeding contracts, I think I'm done. We'll keep our eye on the supply and transport. If January comes, I'm looking for one for silage because that's when we want to sell it. That's when the best price is. And we'll actually make a little bit of money off it. So we'll have to wait and see. But anyways, that will do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in East Vineland. But until then, have a good one.